Okay, so we're going to go over the parts of the sewing machine. This is just an overview of everything. No, you will not know what all this does by the end of this project, but we are at least going to attempt to go over some of the parts. So the first part, here's your sewing machine. Okay, the first part we are going to go over is the hand wheel. When you turn the hand wheel, your machine needle is going to go up and down, if you can see that. You always turn your hand wheel towards you. In this case, we are going to turn our hand wheel until our needle is in, turn that light off maybe, the highest position. Okay, we know it's in the highest position because this silver cap at top is at the highest position. Sometimes when your thread gets stuck, you have to turn your hand wheel, and that kind of helps loosen it, and it also adjusts your needle when you need to thread. There is 3 gauges that go across your machine. This one says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a stitch width. It shows you how far the stitches are away from each other. This middle one moves your needle back and forth to the left, to the right, or to the middle. And this last one is a stitch selector. So if you see right here, that's the different stitches this machine could do. We are doing basic running stitches, so our machine is always going to be at 1, in the middle, A. Okay, I will tell you that students like to mess with the machines and turn the dials and things like that, and then that causes lots of problems when you're when you are trying to sew. So 1, middle, A. This is just a tension dial. You never have to touch that tension dial, and the tension dial will always be the 3 up there. Another tension dial is right there, and that will always be 3 as well. Okay, to turn on the machine, there is a button on the side right here. You turn it on. When your machine is on, the light will come on. That is usually a sign that the machine is on. However, sometimes light bulbs do burn out. So you need to be careful if you are touching the needle. Never have your foot on this presser foot when you are turning and messing around with the needle. The presser foot that I just showed you is kind of like a gas pedal. The faster you push down on your gas pedal or the presser foot, the faster the machine goes. If you don't want the machine to go real fast, then don't press the presser foot. Excuse me, I'm choking. So, up here is where, I'm gonna flip you over like this too. Maybe I'm not. Your thread goes right here. This is called your spool pin, and your thread goes right up at the top. So a basic threading of the machine that we are going to go over on Monday when you get back. It's going to hook through the back. It's going to come up to the front. It's going to go into that little silver hook like that. It's going to come down, and it goes behind this little stitch tension dial, and then it comes up and it just kind of flits right into that silver hole and the hook, and then it's going to come down. It's going to go through this corkscrew, and again, we are going to go all over this when you guys get back because there is no way that you will know how to do this. Then there's a little hook back here on the needle, and then this is the hard part of this whole thing. You have to thread your thread through the end of your needle. So your needle in this point, and there's this little lever back here, and that helps put this plate down, okay? And that'll help you thread your needle a little bit more. So in this case, the needle eye is at the bottom of the needle instead of at the top. So I am going to thread my needle real quick here. That's lots of practice why I can do that. I probably thread, during the sewing unit, I probably thread 500 machines a day. So I'm gonna lift this plate back up, this presser foot back up, and then I just slide this thread So it just kind of hangs out to the side there. Okay. Also, down here, that is called a bobbin case. So when you sew, you have an upper thread and you have a lower thread. And this is a bobbin. So you have to have a bobbin in order to sew correctly. So we are going to put that bobbin